about to get wild.
Let the ratings roll.
Yeah.
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. We moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
Yeah, we Lunatik Raider.
Always on the road.
On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas sleep. The voice you can't ignore.
Let the ratings roll.
Yeah,
let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told.
Yeah.
Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Raider Show.
Always on the road.
Skylights in the desert. Feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage. Making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
The Raider Show keeps spinning. The secret vacuous keeps.
Let the ratings roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told.
Yeah.
Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Raider Show.
Always on the road.
The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the cannon with style. It's about to get wild.
Let the ratings roll.
Yeah.
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
Yeah, we Lunatik Raider.
Always on the road.
On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas sleep. The voice you can't ignore.
Let the ratings roll.
Yeah,
let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told.
Yeah.
Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Raider Show.
Always on the road.
Skylights in the desert. Feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage. Making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
The Raider Show keeps spinning. The secret vacuous keeps.
Let the ratings roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told.
Yeah.
Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
The Lunatik Raider Show.
Always on the road.
The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the cannon with style. It's about to get wild.
Let the ratings roll.
Yeah.
Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins. Like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers. Shaking up your soul.
Yeah, we Lunatik Raider.
Always on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise! This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation. Happy, joy. It's hump day. Yes, indeed, man. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatik Raider Show right here on Raiders Allegiance with yours truly, Lunatik Raider. Yes, indeed, man. We're going to go ahead and recap day 2 of legal tampering. Right now, it is officially open where all trades and all signings are legitimized because it is signing day. Signing day as of an hour ago. Everything now becomes official, and there is more moves being made as far as signings and potential signings and trades as well. So we're gonna get into it, man. The Raiders yesterday added another free agent to their collection. We'll get into him. As far as position, name, and where he came from in college as well. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Yes, indeed, we got John Leon in the building, man. What it is, man. Salute. Hope all is well. Billy Davis is in the building, man. What it is, man. Navy vet. Top of the evening, bottom of the afternoon, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Raider Goon, what it is, my brother. Tops to you. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed, man. Let me scroll down here and get caught up with the chat, man. Y'all in here active as usual. SoCal Sound of building, man. Salute to you, man. Top of the evening, bottom of the afternoon, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Ray Love, what it is, my brother. Tops to you. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Let me scroll down this Mickey Ficky, man. Let the people start coming in, man. Like I said, I went an hour early because I want to be able to cover things as it happens right now on the wire. So Raiders haven't done anything today. The things that are official with the Raiders, Andre James officially gone. He sends his goodbye to Raider Nation, as well as who else were they speaking of? Yesterday, Spillane also penned a goodbye to us. But like I said, yesterday we did sign somebody, so we're not done, and we're not overspending. We're filling holes. You know what I mean? Not building foundation, filling holes. Pay attention to the difference. The draft is what we're going to do when we build. You'll see when the draft comes next month that the players that we get are guys that are foundational players. Those are the ones that's getting the 4 or 5 year contracts. And that's going to be part of this team for years to come. A lot of these guys are getting 1 year deal in free agency. Max is 2. So some of these guys getting prove-it deals. So usually a lot of times these players on their on a 1 year deal, they ball the out. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to get the paper. Josh Jacobs did it. When you remember he balled out. He led the league in rushing. You know what I mean? So we're expecting the same out of Coons. Coons got a 1 year, $12 million deal. Prove it. He's going to get out there and he's going to ball out because he has to get that next big contract. So you have to ball out. So a lot of things are going to be set up in our favor for these guys to go out there to do good. And in return of them doing good, we win more games. So it's a give-take situation. But I'm looking forward to the draft. We're going to talk about the draft too. I'm kind of starting to like change my opinion as far as I be hearing all these conversations about the number 6 pick and what the Raiders should do. I'm right back on the fence right now. There's many directions we can go. I always was yelling trade back, but then listen to other people's on their podcasts, from whether it's JT to Brick, listen to the 50-50 show with Farrell and Severe Raider. there's a lot of things they throw out there on the table that makes me think like, oh, that makes sense there too. But to me, it's more like a catch-22. You know what I mean? It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't on one particular. But let's go ahead and get into it. Yesterday, the Raiders signed Eric Stokes, cornerback from Green Bay. Green Bay had him as a first-round pick, 29th overall. He comes out of Georgia, so he comes out of a damn good program. I got a friend at work that I talked to, hardcore. He's from Vegas, but he's a hardcore Green Bay Packers fan, and he basically told me about Eric Stokes is the same way that I told him about freaking fracking damn, the dude that left us and went over and signed fucking Hobbs. He's good when he's healthy. And he told me the same thing about Stokes. He said Stokes is the same way. He's good when he's healthy. You know what I mean? He does make plays. He's not a little dude, but let me go ahead and bring up his player card. Yes, indeed. Here we have Eric Stokes, cornerback. He's young too, though, so that's a good. I'm noticing free agents going to be around 26, 27 is what we like. I think these are dudes that if they perform, we'll bring them back. You know what I mean? And they're still at an age where they're still they're in their prime. They haven't touched 30 yet. So I think I'm noticing a lot of characteristics with these free agents that we're signing, especially secondary. They're going heavy on defense right now. If you pay attention, the only offensive player that we signed was Kappa, and that was offensive lineman depth competition right there. But these other guys, secondary, safeties, corners, linebackers, and then not to mention our own. Look at what they did on defense so far. So far on defense, Max got a new deal. Then you got Adam Butler got a new deal. Kuntz got a new deal. Spillane goes. Elderin come in from Pittsburgh, replaces him. Then you go out there in secondary, you lose Morik, but you bring in Jeremy Chin. Then you bring in Lonnie Johnson Jr. You bring him in as a tall corner, and now they're going length. They're going rangy type of secondary players, as well as guys on 1-2 year deals that if they go out there and show and prove, they will be brought back. And they're not too old where it's like we're bringing them back at the age of 32, 33. We're bringing them back while they're still in their 20s. We're still like about 4 or 3 years away from even seeing 30. So they're still in their prime. And it's usually guys coming off their rookie deals. Now, for instance, Eric Stokes that we signed yesterday, fresh off his rookie deal. He was a first-round pick. They didn't pick up the 5th-year option. He did 4 years. He's out there. We go get him. 6 foot, 194 pounds. He comes from a program that's very notable for the players that they send off to the NFL. We should know. Brock Bowers is on our team. You know what I mean? So that's one aspect of it. First-round pick. So that shows me he had great potential coming out of college to be a first-rounder of Green Bay. And now he's with us. Let me see. While he was in college, 2020, he was first team All SEC, and then he was also second team All SEC in 2019. So he showed potential. Now, a lot of times people will bring up that maybe he looked good because of the players around him. That possibly could be true. Georgia is loaded with good talent. You know what I mean? This year as well. But if we're looking at that aspect, like when you only look good because of the guys around him, well, shit, we need to have good guys around him when he comes here then. He does. You know what I mean? He does. So you figure you're looking at a secondary, bruh, where Papa Mao is 6'4", Jeremy Chin is 6'3", Lonnie is 6'2", and now you bring this guy at 6 foot, all around 200 pounds or a little bit over. Or a tad bit under. He's a tad bit under, but he's still pushing about 200. So nice, solid guys. Hitters. Guys that ain't scared to hit. You know what I mean? Rangy. So you're taking away a lot more area as far as defending pass windows, whoever we go up against. If we can get the pressure just between Kuntz, Butler, Christian, Wilkins, and Max Crosby, then we need to get some linebackers in the draft. So don't be surprised if you see people like a Jihad Campbell from Alabama get drafted by the Raiders, whose strengths are coverage. And he's a big physical guy. with speed. You know what I mean? So I think he ran a 4.5, and you figure he's 6'4", 240 pounds, I think. Jihad Campbell is. It can run a 4.5. I'm taking it. He can cover running backs, tight ends. He's big enough for all that. So don't be surprised if that's a target on our draft. Now we're gonna talk about the the first round 6 overall pick. Shout out to everybody that's still pulling up in, man. I appreciate y'all. Willie Wayne in the building, man. What it is. We got Ja Raider in the building. What it is, man. Tops to you. Hope all is well. Make sure I got everybody. And yeah, we up in here like this.
Might have time. There you go.
Yes, sir. So now, I want to talk about the draft, y'all. And I want to get y'all feedback too. Shout out to everybody on Instagram as well, pulling up, Twitch, as well as X, formerly known as Twitter, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, man, for real. Do me a favor and do that, man. We're on our way. We're on our way to 3,000, bruh. Once we hit 3,000 subs, man, there will be a TV giveaway to one lucky subscriber. So you must be subscribed in order to be added and to win. Remember that. All right. So here's the big discussion. At 6, what do we do? If Shedeur Sanders is at 6, Genty is at 6, Graham is at 6, McMillan is at 6. You see what I mean? It's like, bruh, if you got these quality type guys, all that number 6 when we pick, my logic was trade back and you still gonna get one of them and add more picks. But then you figure some of the talent, since it's so thin in this year's draft, you might not get an opportunity to fulfill that position with a high quality type player that plays that position. So what I mean by that is we know how deep the running back game is. If we don't take Genty at 6, we're still okay. They still got other running backs that we can come and get, and it will service us. You know what I mean? That's no doubt. But then you start looking at thinner positions, like wide receiver to me ain't so deep. There's a lot of wide receivers, but quality-wise, you probably put Travis Hunter and McMillan right there. Travis Hunter probably going to be gone before 6. McMillan is a question. McMillan is definitely dynamic at the wide receiver position. And if you were to add him as the wide receiver 1 to our offense to add to Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, you start thinking, bruh. And then you figure you go McMillan at 6, second round, no brainer, you can go running back then. And there's going to be good quality running backs to still continue to go gather. So then you can really start putting this offense together. Offensive line, you could go get some help at that. But the deepest position is the running back. And to me, if it's that deep with top tier quality talent, you don't have to shoot your load early. Shout out to all my porn stars out there. You don't have to shoot your load early. Just hold on to it. Just wait till the time is right. You know what I mean? You want that money shot. So you wait until the second round, and there's going to be a running back in the second round. No doubt that will be a starter. At least your first 2 picks will be starters. If you go McMillan, go that route. Genty, you could go Genty. If you go Genty, then you're going to have to look at another wide receiver if that's the case, depending on how your board is set for the second round. This is why I was the one always standing on 10 about trading back. Because if you got all those guys there at the same time, at 6, you can trade back about 5 spots and still get one. But in return, what you will get is probably an extra second or an extra third, which that can be applied to other positions of high quality standard, especially in position groups that are so thin where maybe they stretch to about the 3rd, 4th round, and then after that, there's a big drop off in talent, at that position. So you would want to address that position early while the top tier talent, is there available in the draft. Like I said, running back will be there 3rd, 4th, 5th round. I promise you. There's going to be some undrafted running backs that's going to be out this draft. That's not going to get drafted. There's only 7 rounds. It's just that many. You could just go down the line and all these running backs is like, damn. And most of these guys are guys what Pete Carroll and them talked about they want. You know what I mean? John Spytek. They don't have to run a 4.3, but if they did, that's an extra bonus. But we want guys that don't go down after first contact. There's a lot of guys in this draft that do not go down after first contact. So that's something you have to think about. Running back is deeper than wide receiver. So if that's the case, wide receiver will be your first target and then worry about running back the next time around because it will still be deep by the time we select in the second. You got to factor that in. Then you got to think about, okay, I heard that, I think it was JT the Brick, somebody called in and said that Christian Wilkins' contract, the next couple of years on it are not guaranteed. So he's going to want to redo his deal. You know what I mean? If you were to draft somebody like Graham, you know what I mean? And you instead of paying Wilkins big end money, you get a guy that's still a disruptor like Graham on a rookie deal. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things not saying you would let Wilkins go, but I'm telling you, if you got a young dog that's way cheaper than him, and you can have him for 5 years with that 5th year option if he's a first round draft pick, you got to entertain that. You know what I mean? You got the who's the linebacker from, was it Georgia? The linebacker from Georgia, I think. I mean, bruh, there's so many angles we can take, but I wouldn't mind getting extra picks like in the first 3 rounds. If we get extra picks in those first 3, that's more top tier talent we can add to the roster, which will make us that much more better. So right now we got 1-1, 1 first, 1 second, 1 third. You could trade back with 6 and possibly get, depending on where the team is moving up from, get an extra second and a third. Those are extra high quality players in the second and third you can add and address other positions. Rather than just 1, 2, 3, we can go 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. That's 5 in the first 3 possible rather than just 3. That's 2 added top tier talents that we can add. Wide receiver, running back, offensive lineman, wide receiver, you know what I mean? Corner, linebacker. We can address so much shit in the first 3 rounds, and they giving you the choice out of the best available in the first 3 rounds are going to be better than the best available in the last 3. So I'm kind of back on the fence. Like, a lot of things make sense. We want to be a run heavy team. So you figure running back is what we should go for. But then you say, well, the running back class is so deep. Wide receivers, not as deep as running back. And we do need a number 1 because we don't have a number 1 at all. We don't even have anybody on this roster who can be number 1. So that has to be addressed. Now, if you do something here in free agency, Cooper Kupp has been released from the Rams. Do you chase that train? You know what I mean? It's a lot of different options. There's still some free agent wide receivers out there you can't go get, but there's nothing better than getting your own. In McMillan, it shows the potential of being an elite wide, not just a good wide receiver, elite. He has that God-given ability, and all you got to do is just coach him up. And in a Chip Kelly offense, with him and Bowers, it's almost night-night. Night-night defenses, man, y'all about to go to sleep. We about to put y'all to chokehold. Tap out. I tap out. You know what I mean? Make them tap out. All right, let me see. What say you? Let me see. Tomorrow, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. What the fuck is up? Yeah, Raider Nation. That's what it is. Matter of fact, Cool Kev in the building. Motherfucking Cool Kev. Matter of fact, shout out to all y'all motherfuckers, man.
From out of town. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we in here, man. Hey, it's gonna get gritty, y'all. We're not done by far. You know what I mean? We rocking and rolling. We gonna make some good decisions. We're being very, very financially smart. We're not just going out there making it rain. You know what I mean? Just because she got a fat ass and tits don't mean your whole paycheck got to go to her. You still got to bring back milk and bread for the wifey. You feel me? Now you can give a couple of dollars and still get a little jiggle, you know what I mean? But not the whole, you don't blow your whole wad. I told you, save some of that shit for later. Like I said, we still got some more. See, you got to figure free agency is going to be sectional. Right now, we have the first part of the league year, so we go after, bam, the motherfuckers we really targeting, right? Then what you have next, you got June 1st releases. A lot of these people is going to make June 1st releases. Like, for instance, if they wait till June 1st and release these people, like I said, their contracts that's remaining on their salary cap get spread out over 2 years, so they don't take a big blow at once. Those guys become free and available on the market after June 1st. That's another wave of free agents, and usually what dictate, and I love the fact the way it's set up. You got free agency right now in the month of March. So we got free agents out there. You got people that's getting released, people getting traded. But the people we focus on are the people getting released. Because now there's a lot of decisions to make. Some of these teams are going to sign people in free agency that's going to replace people that's still under contract on their team. So what do? They release those guys. Sometimes they June 1st them because they want to spread out a big hit over a couple of years. So you'll get good talent that was getting paid high, but move on from that team as a June 1st release. So when June 1st comes, there's going to be a whole nother group of guys available to sign. You don't want to spend all your money now, because there's going to be some names coming June 1st. Some damn good names. You know what I mean? Like some solid veterans, O-linemen, all that shit. Because it's all going to be predicated on the fact that teams are going to go through and fill voids in free agency. Then next month is a draft. So you're going to have nice, fresh, young blood on your team under 4 or 5 year deals that going to replace a lot of these guys that might be 32, 33. But those are going to be grunts that, you know what I mean, if you need depth and competition and veteranship on your team, you go get those guys. You know what I mean? Like a good veteran. Like, for instance, we got Geno Smith. Who's really our backup, bruh? Are you really telling me AOC is the backup? So if something happens to Geno, like the backup can still come in and no. It's a drop off from Geno to AOC. It is what it is. It is what it is. You need somebody with experience. AOC don't have that experience. He's only played so many games. We got to have somebody like a good, you know what I mean, ironhide ass type of veteran that can help with, like, helps with Chip Kelly, and especially if we got a young quarterback, we got to groom. If they draft like a Shador ain't gonna start this year. Tom Brady don't believe in it. I heard a breakdown on Tom Brady. Hey, shout out to the 50-50 show again with Farrell and Severe. Y'all subscribe to them if you have not done so. Great show, man. And they played a snippet of Tom Brady saying colleges do not develop quarterbacks no more. Those days are gone. He said, when I was at Michigan, I had to start as a 7th stringer and work my all the way up to the 3rd and then become starter. I was developed. He said there's no more development in college. And I said, that makes a good point. That's why there's a lot of hit and miss on quarterbacks. Quarterbacks come in as a rookie, 1st round picks. I see 2 teams that's getting ready to give up on their quarterbacks now. Levis looks like he's going to get given up on. Richardson in Indianapolis look like he's going to be given up on. You know, you start looking at these guys like, damn, you ain't even try to develop them because the college level ain't helping them do it. So Tom Brady said he believes in sitting the quarterback down, teaching them how to read defenses and, you know what I mean, for a year in our system. Then give them the keys. I agree. Going back and looking at it, you're right. College is so different now, where you got all these NIL deals, and all this big money is already involved before they even hit the NFL, and you could do six years in college playing football. It's like 6 years is like a college career, and you getting NIL deals. So there's no development, because these guys keep, like, after I do 4 years at this college, I'm gonna go over here and do 1 or 2, and it's a merry-go-round. Just everybody going around everywhere to get extra years and so forth. You know, maybe the pot is a little sweeter. If you come to our college, we give you an NIL deal of this much. And they like, oh, you know what I mean? You getting paid millions before you even hit the NFL. So the game has definitely changed. I understand where Tom Brady is coming from as far as developing these quarterbacks that aren't being developed in college anymore. That's a shame. That's why a lot of these guys don't last, man. And it's a shame. You're a first round pick and your career only lasted 2 years. The offenses they run in college is different than it was. Not all of them, because you got, like, for instance, you think Chip Kelly's offense he ran in Ohio State is going to be a lot different than what he runs here? What about Belichick at North Carolina? You got to remember, a lot of these guys were former professional and went college, you know what I mean, trying to stay busy in the football game before they can find another NFL job. Or you have guys that started off in college with their mindset on the NFL. There's a lot of like, why do you think they say some of these quarterbacks are pro ready in college? Because they played in a pro style offense. That's telling you now. Some of these colleges are running pro style offenses. That's why their quarterbacks are pro ready. You know what I mean? But a lot of these teams are going, and I think what it is, and I said this before, a lot of times it's your gift is your curse. And what I mean by that is you'll get an athlete. Say, for instance, Jalen Milroe, dynamic athlete. Throwing can be improved and developed, no doubt. But you figure this kid coming out of high school, able to run like he runs, goes to a college team that thinks, ooh, we could just run a lot of RPOs and shit. Okay. So your gift is your curse. His gift is his athleticism. His curse, that's the only thing they're going to rely on. They're not going to develop his throwing because his running is so dynamic, which, you know, that's understandable, but they're not trying to develop. We'll throw little short passes here and there, but your main asset is them legs. See, Jaden Daniels is one of them ones that's balanced. He can throw and run. That's what you want. That's what you want. Everybody get on Sanders. Sanders is more developed. And see, a lot of people don't think he's athletic. Come on now, his daddy's Dion. You think he's not athletic because he just sits in the pocket because that's where he wants to be. I'm going to give you an example of exactly who he reminds me of. Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix sat in the pocket, hardly ever even ran. And then when he got to the motherfucking combine, he ran a 4.4. Nobody knew he could run like that because he never ran like that in college. And he said he wants to be, because we know the knock on quarterbacks is if you can't throw, if you just athletic and can run, you probably can't throw. And there's a couple of guys I know that's showing you different. Shedeur Sanders don't run all the time. He'll run if he has to, last resort. He moves in the pocket, but he'd rather be a pocket passer, especially being trained by Brady. That's what Brady was. And you can't say Brady wasn't athletic because I done seen Brady catch a pass and ran that shit down the sideline for yards. Like, hey, Brady was, he ran when he had to, but he was better in that pocket, but he could run. And a lot of these quarterbacks that's always being tabbed as just being a mobile quarterback don't want to just be a mobile quarterback. I want to be a dual threat. I want to be a threat with my arm and my legs. You know, the knock on Milroe was he was just a threat with his legs. I know somebody that's an Auburn fan, and he said, I remember when Auburn played him, he was like, "What I tell y'all, Milroe is nothing more than a track star. All he can do is run. He can't throw." And I'm like, I was watching Milroe's games, like, yeah, his consistency and accuracy ain't consistent. Somebody's got to work with him and develop him. Now, if you develop Milroe, he is a dangerous weapon for any team at the quarterback spot. Hands down, he is dangerous. Shout out to everybody out there, man. I appreciate y'all. Arnie Gar's in the building. Top 3 picks will go Ward, Sanders, Dart, then Hunter, Graham. Hell no. I'm going to tell you why I say hell no. Jackson Dart ain't going in the top 3. He ain't even going top 5 because that's saying Jackson Dart ain't even number 1 at his position. How is Jackson Dart, not number 1 at his position, going to outdo the number 1 defensive end, Abdul Carter? Who's going to outdo the number 1 wide receiver or even corner and Travis Hunter? How is the third quarterback going to outdo the number 2 wide receiver in McMillan or the number 1 running back in Genty? See, my thing is a lot of these teams, but you know what? I digress. I go back on that one because they got dumb teams out there. They got, and Cleveland is a dumbass team, and they got the number 2 pick. So, bruh, you might be right. Hey, I'm my bad. I refrain. You know, it ain't you. You know what I mean? Saying that we looking at the teams that's drafting. You know what? I just might agree on that shit. It possibly could go down that way. You got thirsty teams like New York and the Giants and Cleveland for quarterbacks. Bruh, I digress. If one of them 2 picks Jackson Dart, it's a wrap. Somebody following to us. Okay, let me ask y'all this. Here's a good question right here. What do you guys do at number 6 if Travis Hunter falls to 6? Let me see y'all in the chat, man. What do y'all do if Travis Hunter happens to fall to 6? Do you take him? Do you take a Travis Hunter at 6? The Raider critique should, hey, shout out to you, bruh. We got everybody up in here, man. Let me see where everybody looking in from. Oh yeah, we deep on Twitter right now. Shout out to everybody on X, formerly known as Twitter, watching, man. We got 157. Somebody gonna say it's a bot, but I don't do bots. The only bots I do, Transformers, robots in disguise, Autobots, roll out. You feel me? Yeah, hey, y'all, some of y'all motherfuckers only play with GoBots. That's the only bots I know. Or maybe it's the bots that Drake claimed Kendrick used with UMG to outsell him so they can get him out of his contract. Some shit, huh? Shout out to everybody out there, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. But yeah, if Travis Hunter is there at 6, what do you do then? What do you do then? Yes, we are deep, y'all, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Matter of fact, let me I gotta check updates, man. I'm getting updates. I don't know if it's us. Baseball update, nope. Let me see, what is this one? Oh, this is boxing. Oh no, football. Okay, so there's a guard, Kevin Zittler. Kevin Zittler signs a 1-year, $9 million deal with the Tennessee Titans. So that's a guard. If we're looking at guards, that's another one gone. And we got Kappa. What do I know though? Let me see. What's the other updates we got up on here, man? All right, that's all I got right now. All right. But yeah, man, there's a lot of different things we gotta address, man. Take Hunter and be a new age. Hey, for sure. Hey, Arnie, I'm thinking the same shit. And people say, well, you know he wants to play both. Well, this is what we do. We can make him the number 1 wide receiver, which the ball won't go to him all the time, especially if we're run heavy. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? It's not gonna do a lot of damage to him as far as being out there on offense all the time. I would put, you know what I would do with Hunter on defense? Put him in that slot. Put him in that slot. Take Hobbs' place. Let him take Hobbs' place. Because he's a lockdown dude, bruh. He's a lockdown dude. And I put him in that slot. Depending on who's gonna win the corner spots. We know Jacorian Bennett is pretty much gonna do his thing. Who's gonna be on the other side? But we got a nice collection of competition at corner. I like the Lonnie Johnson. I hope his last name is John. Let me see, Lonnie Johnson Jr. I think his last name is Johnson. Yep, Lonnie Johnson Jr. Nice size corner. Put him in the mix with and if we draft another corner, because I know Travis Hunter he was entering as a corner. Defense is what he's entering as, but he does want to do both. But I'll put him in a limited role at positions like, so for instance, damn, you'll make him a number one receiver, and I would definitely in the slot, because he coverage skills. You got to have good coverage in the slot, and he has that. You know, in college where people didn't even hardly want to throw to him. But I think he'd be damn good in the slot corner on defense, and it wouldn't be too much of a focus game through the whole game for him. You know what I mean? And then offense, you wouldn't have to worry about him too much if we're just going to run it down teams' throats. If we go to a two-headed monster at running back and just, we'll take our shots downfield. Hunter's a nice target to go downfield, boy. That boy knows how to, man, you talk about a wide receiver with good eyesight that can locate the ball and go up and catch it at his highest point. I like Hunter. Boy, there's a lot of things you can do with him. I'll tell you that much. He's a weapon. And Brock Bowers is the same way on offense. You can bring him out the backfield. You could put him in the slot. You could put him at tight end. And you get a Travis Hunter that you can. Boy, I know Chip Kelly get to skeeting every game day. Every game day, Chip Kelly be skeeting like a motherfucker. Hey, guards are for real. That's there's so many different. I don't think we can. Well, I ain't gonna say we can't go wrong at number 6. Let me rephrase that shit, because I done seen us go wrong with higher picks. Number 6, with a competent front office, you can't go wrong, bruh. How, if you're a Raider at 6, how can you go wrong? It may not be the player you wanted, but whatever player they get, you can look at it and be like, we can still use him. We can still get some shit, you know what I mean? We can get some good games out of him. You know what I mean? If you go Genty, you know he's gonna be beneficial. If you go McMillan, he's gonna be beneficial. If you go Graham, he's gonna be beneficial. If Travis Hunter falls, he's gonna be. You really can't go wrong unless you just do something fucking just retarded. If you just do something fucking stupid. If you draft Jalen Milroe at 6, you're fucking stupid. I'm just saying. Not saying Milroe can't become nothing, but value, you don't take him number 6. And you overlook McMillan, Genty, Graham, and them. Come on, bruh. That don't sit right with me. He said a wheelchair signing. He's just for comp. Boy, he might not make the team, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you with Kappa. That $5 million ain't shit. We can eat that. That's wheat thins. You know what I mean? That $5 million guaranteed is wheat thins. You know what I mean? When you was playing with a cap. Oh, let me see if the cap changed because of the new league year. What is the Las Vegas Raiders cap space?
According to Silver and Black Pride. However, after a pre-free agency spending blitz, the team reportedly now has the 14th most cap room. After taking care of Max Crosby, $38,153,250 cap hit in 2025, and trading for Geno Smith, for now, a $31 million hit, the Raiders' effective cap space is $44,529,456 heading into free agency, the 14th most in the NFL.
See, this was 3 days ago. It's not updated. We were at $44.5 million under the cap, but 31 is being counted for because of Geno Smith. But today, that 31 goes back to our cap, pushing us back to $75 million. Bruh, we still got $75 million under the cap. $75 million under the cap still, bruh. That's why I said don't shoot your load right now. There's no need to. You still got more free agents that's gonna come out there. So you go grab your guy, fill out your roster right now. Don't forget, we have to fill this roster out to be 90 people. And that's most of that shit gonna come through the draft and the undrafteds after the draft. So we know we got 9 draft picks. So that's gonna be 9 players. We can maneuver in the draft and get more picks. We don't know. So right now we're gonna count it as 9, right? We lost some free agents. We brought some in. So then you figure after the 9 picks in the draft, after the draft, you might sign about what, 12 undrafteds. So 12 to that 9 just from the draft class itself. If you got 12 undrafteds and 9 draft picks period that you do have, that's what, 21. So you're going to build your roster up to be 90. 90 is where you got to go before camp. And then when you go through last preseason game, you cut your roster from 90 all the way down to 53. And what it used to be back in a few years ago is that they will cut down a little every preseason week. We'll get down to this number. We'll go from 90 to 80 and go from 80 to 72, or you know what I mean? And then the last preseason game, bam, you get all the way down to 53. Well, what they did in the last couple of years is change it to where every team must be down to 53 from 90 all at the same time. So just imagine you going from 90 to 53. That's 47 players that's going to be free agents from every team, and there's 32 teams. So every 32 teams is releasing 47 players. Am I correct on that one? No, 37. I was right the first time. 37 players are getting cut from every team at the same time after preseason. Do you know how many free agents that is? Let's do the math, shall we? Oh, I got this still open. Let's do the math. You got 32 teams. You multiply that by 37 players. You have 1,184 free agents after the last preseason game. But you guys want to spend all the money now? Not all. When I say you guys, just the ones that say, why we didn't spend money on him and him? You want to spend all your money now, so when August comes and we cut down our roster from 90 to 53, that means there will be a total of 1,184 free agents on that day. But you don't think none of them is going to be legitimate that can add to your team right now? But we don't have money to sign them? You don't shoot your load, bro. Every good porn star knows not to shoot your load too soon. I made 5 movies in my life. No, let me quit. Let me see. Raider critique in the building. So that's why you got to approach it wisely. No, you don't cut AOC. He's still under contract, and it's not an expensive contract. I think he's only making $1,080,000. I think is what AOC making. Somebody's got to be the emergency quarterback. Somebody, and I don't think Shador is the backup. Shador will be the third. He would be emergency. AOC would be the backup. If you do go Shador, that's the only sense it makes. It keeps your salary cap low. You go get a Grizzly. You go get you a veteran. You probably get somebody for about $5 or $6 million as a backup. Right now, if you keep AOC as your backup, it's only $1 million. And Shador will be a first round pick, so it ain't gonna, you know what I mean? So your money ain't getting hit, especially when you're just trying to develop Shador. Of course, you won't put him on the practice squad though. So you could carry 4 quarterbacks, 3 on the roster, 1 on the practice squad, maybe. But then again, they might approach where AOC gets traded. Who do you trade AOC to? You know what I mean? I don't know. Everybody say New England, but if New England looking to move Joe Milton, to me, Joe Milton's more dynamic than AOC is, just because of what he brings to the table. But what do you do with AOC? You have to put him in a situation of find a team at least that likes him. That like, oh, we can work with him. He's our project to fit our system. There might be somebody out there. You know what I mean? Maybe you send them somewhere like Detroit. Detroit works from the pocket. Everybody we keep talking about trading for Hooker, Hendon Hooker, but I've not heard anything about Hendon Hooker. I have not heard any team even interested in trying to get Hendon Hooker. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Are they worried about the injury he had coming out of college? You know, a lot of people, you know, read into the fact that they did not go with Hendon as the backup to Goff. And then they went out and signed what's his name? But I'm thinking, well, shit, they going with the veteran. If you have hopes of going to the Super Bowl, do you have a quarterback who's never he probably took a snap here or there, but not enough to be you know what I mean, be a starter caliber type, not even a backup. He has not been out there because his first year in the pros was recovery. He was injured. He was recovering from injury. So that was pretty much a dead year. So this past season was pretty much his rookie year. You're not going to have a rookie start no games and you have a team promising that can win the Super Bowl. So of course you go get you a veteran. Hold on real quick, y'all. Yes, indeed. I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all, man. You know, I gotta attend to personal shit. I gotta turn myself in this weekend. Turn myself into a drunk. Oh shit. Oh, Lunatik, you stupid. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Hendon Hooker. He's the new he hate me. Remember when he went to the XFL? Hey, years ago, I went to the first XFL game when San Francisco had the San Francisco Demons. That shit was crazy. Yeah, man, that was like early 2000s? It had to be way early. Hold on, think. Yeah, it had to be early 2000s. We went to that shit. They was playing at where the Giants, San Francisco Giants played at they new stadium. We went there and watched that shit. XFL, and he hate me. Remember, you could have your own nickname. I would have been out there with what? With Lunatik. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, there's a lot of shit. I'm trying to get these updates too, bro. Raiders ain't tap dancing with nobody unless I missed it. I'm gonna stay on point for y'all, man. I'm about to get off here in a minute. It's almost 3 o'clock. Like I said, we'll be back to the regular schedule tomorrow, 3 p.m. The reason being, I've been going on these last 2 days, couple of days at 2 o'clock, is because I want to be live when things happen. So I know at 1 o'clock today, the league year opens, so everything becomes official. So you can officially sign contracts. So I want to be live in case the Raiders did something significant to go ahead and pass down to y'all, or y'all might even pass it on to me, like we did that one day, man. Day one Monday, we was lit. We was lit Monday, boy. Everybody was, man, throwing their 2 cents in there and had information. Man, shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Y'all make this motherfucking shit do what it do. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm about to jump my ass up off here. Admin, what it do, man? Salute. You came late, bruh. That's what she said. Oh. Let's see. Would you trade AOC for Joe Milton? Do you think they would trade Joe Milton straight across for AOC? And what would they ask for? What, like, if they didn't ask for him straight across, would they expect us to throw in a draft pick, or would? No, they wouldn't do. Because that would be saying they value AOC more over Joe Milton. Nah, Milton, he has too much to offer. His ceiling is way more higher than AOC's. Way more higher. And he got into a game and kind of impressed people last season when he got in that game. But here's the thing, though. Let's talk about Minnesota. How does Minnesota feel about J.J. McCarthy? You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing now that they're talking about what was the rumor of Minnesota bringing in to talk to them? Was it Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson is talking to Cleveland Browns. He goes to see Cleveland tomorrow, and I think the Giants after that. That's Wilson, Russell Wilson. I think I know Aaron Rodgers was rumored for Minnesota. Boy, I never had that much faith in J.J. McCarthy, bro. I didn't. Everybody was JJ. If Minnesota is not fucking with J.J. McCarthy, why? With sitting a whole year. Like, Tom Brady likes a quarterback to sit 1 year. J.J. did that behind Sam Darnold. Darnold's with Seattle now. Minnesota can easily go to J.J. McCarthy. Why are they not doing that? Why are they looking for veterans to come in there? See, that it makes you wonder, bruh. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Everybody will J.J. McCarthy because they won a national championship. Well, guess who's this year's J.J. McCarthy? Will Howard. Will Howard. Well, I don't know, bro. It's weird that they not fucking with him. Raider Fool Chris. Salute to you, my brother. He said, if it ain't the Raiders, fuck them. Hey, I say it better than that, Critique. Fuck them twice. Sit and spin, bitch. Like I'm a globetrotter, spinning your punk ass around on my finger. Balancing that shit. If it ain't a Raider, fuck them. Be out in the building. If you're not a Raider, fuck your team. Hey, wait till the season start. Fuck your team Friday coming back. Hey, don't y'all fret. Lunatic is back, baby. We waiting when the season come. It's fuck all y'all. The referees too. Fuck blow the whistle. Swallow that motherfucker. Adman. All right, y'all. Let me get my ass up off here, man. I'm going to go ahead and relax a minute before I go to work. It is my Friday. So this weekend, look for some special guests. I'm telling you, I've been working behind the scenes to try to get some cats to work with that I admire their work. We're going to put some shit together this weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss it. To everybody who's watching, once again, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Hit that like. Do all that good shit for your boy, man. We will be back here tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. It's the Lunatik Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatik Raider, man. Thank each and every one of y'all, man. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Make it back home to your loved ones, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch.